honestly, speaking from the bottom of my heart, aside from belts and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not me in the middle, please.
If he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
In a shocking turn of events, chaos erupted as Anthony Joshua punched Daniel Dubois at a press conference ahead of their upcoming fight. Joshua, who is usually composed, seemed provoked by Dubois' words or body language, leading to the shocking outburst. Security personnel quickly moved to separate the two, but the damage was done. The event descended into chaos with both camps hurling accusations and tensions running high.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's
Put your
go.
chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect.
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Put this chair across your face.
No, fellas. Hey, no.
Don't disrespect me on my life.
No, man. It's okay.
You want this little boy, don't disrespect me, bro.
Good. No.
Know who this guy thinks
No.
he's doing.
No. It's good.
Take disrespect lightly, Dan.
It's good.
This incident has added a dramatic twist to their upcoming bout, greatly raising the stakes and the emotional intensity surrounding the fight. Fans and analysts alike are speculating on how this alter will impact both fighters' mindsets as they prepare for their clash. Joshua, a former unified heavyweight champion, and Dubois, a rising star with a powerful punch, were already on a collision course, but this incident has intensified the rivalry to unprecedented levels. Dubois, who ever is younger and hungrier, may use this moment as motivation, seeing it as a sign of Joshua's vulnerability. On the other hand, Joshua might view his actions as a psychological advantage, showing that he won't be intimidated by the younger challenger. The dynamics of the fight have shifted dramatically, with both fighters now having an added incentive to prove themselves not just as superior athletes, but as dominant personalities in the sport.
Don't take disrespect lightly, you know. Don't sit on the table telling me we can go now and do all of this and that. Try to call me out.
Right, can we call that a cut?
Yeah, we'll
Good. Are these coming off now, these mics?
In a highly anticipated joint interview, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois were evasive when asked about their previous sparring encounters just weeks before their upcoming fight on September 21st. Wembley Stadium will host a high-stakes clash between British heavyweights, with Dubois putting his IBF title on the line against the former two-time unified champion. When the fight was unveiled in June, AJ and Dubois sat down for a joint interview with their promoters Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. The complete episode, however, remained under wraps until the past weekend. However, one short clip was released in June showing Joshua threatening to throw this chair across Dubois' face, and during the entire interview, which DAZN made available over the weekend, the topic of the combatants' prior sparring sessions came up. Joshua said, "Yeah, we spared loads of times. Daniel apparently took my lights out." Dubois replied, "Listen, I'm not here to spar. I'm here to fight. So let's talk about the fight that happened 7 years ago. This was not sparring." Joshua's promoter Hearn then pointed to Du's stoppage win over Filip Hrgović in June, saying, "I mean, they said Hrgović destroyed him in sparring. Look what happened in their professional fight." Warren quickly added, "They say that, but that's not what happened with Hrgović, and that didn't happen with Joshua. The fact of the matter is they're not fighting whatever happened. 7 years ago happened 7 years ago." Joshua then asked what happened. 7 years ago, everyone tried to underestimate me and use my name to boost their career." Warren, turning to Du, said, "What was you 17? It was before you turned pro. It was years ago he was a kid." Dubois won the interim IBF title with his win over Hrgović and was subsequently promoted to the official champion status after Alexander Usyk vacated the regular belt at 26 years old. Dubois is set to make his first defense of the title against Joshua, who, at 34, is on a quest to reclaim the world championship for the third time. AJ will step into Wembley riding a wave of first-rate victories, having bested Jordan, Franklin, Robert Helenius, Otto Wallin, and Francis Ngannou since early 2023. Before this amazing run, Joshua faced a series of failures with back-to-back decision losses to USYK. Meanwhile, Duo overcame a stoppage defeat to USYK in August of last year, with TKO victories over Hrgović in June and Jarrell Miller in December. When Joshua and Dubois face off, their bout is anticipated to shatter the all-time attendance record for a British boxing event. The current record, set at 94,000, was established during Tyson Fury's match against David White at Wembley Stadium in 2022. The original release of tickets for the Joshua vs. Dubois fight sold out before organizers had the chance to expand the venue's capacity. Anticipation is high, with expectations that 100,000 spectators could pack the London Arena on September 21st. Alexander assaulted Dubois after 9 rounds in his effort to capture the unified world title last year. After that, the Londoner bounced back to defeat Jarrell Miller and then Filip Hrgović to win the IBF interim title after defeating Tyson Fury to claim the title of undisputed champion. Usyk consented to a rematch and relinquished the IBF belt. Consequently, Dubois was elevated to the position of full world champion. He's convinced that defeating Josh, a top-tier heavyweight who has held unified champion titles twice, will validate his claim to the championship. Dubois told Sky Sports News on the underdog, because I have to prove myself, and beating him and winning this next fight will set me as a legit champion. I'm ready to go. This is everything the big Chance. Dubois not only wants that win over Joshua, he wants to do it inside the distance, he said. Win by any means necessary, but a stoppage is definitely what I'm after. A good stoppage and a statement victory, that's what I'm all about. He added, very confident, very sure, happy, and ready to do the business. I'm just raring to go every day. I'm working towards it, leaving no stone unturned. Just work, 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 and victory is definite. Dubois' teacher Don Charles is also pleased with what he sees. Charles said of Dubois, he's looking good. He's looking good and feeling good. He's enjoying his boxing, tweaking every shot that he has in his arsenal. I've got a very happy camp and a very happy fighter. He is the current IBF heavyweight world champion. Every disappointment is also a gift. The journey we've got planned for us, that's the way it was written. We're here further adding all this. Whether it was the disappointment against Usyk, the Miller fight, or the Hrgović fight that brings us to where we are today. What happened. Although it was disappointing in the beginning, it was a happy ending in the end that we're here today. Meanwhile, Daniel Dubois has been practicing some unconventional methods to prepare for his upcoming clash. Dubois will probably envision various scenarios and outcomes for fight night each time he shuts his eyes. It's normal for a boxer to spend hours each day mentally preparing for a fight, but Dubois is approaching this process with a distinct twist. Spencer Oliver of Talk Sport reveals that after each training session, Dubois spends an hour every day looking at Wembley Stadium. Oliver told Talk Sport Drive Daniel Dubois is a different animal. He is very quiet. He is within himself. He doesn't really say too much. I'm going to give you an idea of how he walks into the gym. They have the whole team in there. Don Charles is the trainer. He further added, Daniel walks in with the bag on his shoulder, won't say a word, puts his bag down, fist bumps 1 or 2 people, whoever is there. He then sits on the chair and puts his hands out to get his hands wrapped. He's not said anything yet. He doesn't say anything. This is the character of the guy, he says. So little boxers often carry their own rituals and superstitions. For instance, former British light middleweight champion Enel Bingham had a unique pre-fight routine. He would visit his mother's grave and pluck a blade of grass from the earth, which he would then keep tucked in his left glove throughout the match. When John Molina entered the ring, he would punch every post, including the corner of his opponent. However, Dubois' pre-fight ritual is among the most absurd of them. Meanwhile, Moses Idemo expects Anthony Joshua to become a 3-time heavyweight world champion later this month after sparring with both men. Idemo is in an excellent position to predict the fight. The 19-year-old, known as Britain's Mike Tyson, has sparred with Dubois more frequently than with Joshua, but he's not relying on their gym encounters to forecast the outcome of the fight. Thomas said on Talk Sports White and Jordan mini rounds. When asked how much time he'd spent training with Dubois, he added, the first time my sparring with him was when I was 17. I just sparred him when he was getting ready for Kevin Lorena. I was getting ready for the World Championship as an amateur. Yeah, those rounds were very interesting, he further added, as interesting as it gets. I don't know. I don't really want to say too much. I'm not going to use the sparring as a guideline. It was a good sparring. I'm not saying he battered me or I battered him. It was just very interesting. His jab is so underrated, and I don't think he uses it enough as well. Idemo is trained by Ben Davidson, and Joshua has recently teamed up with the coach who gained prominence for aiding Tyson Fury's remarkable comeback in 2018, ultimately the 10-0. Prospect is confident that having a top-notch coach by his side will make all the difference when the stakes are highest at England's National Stadium. Idemo insisted it's all down to the preparation with fighting. He added, you could have 2 trainers with the same fighter and completely different results. I feel like with training, this is the key. I'm not going to lie, I think Ben Davidson has got it unlocked. Although Idemo gives Joshua the advantage, he believes Dubois has a good shot at the upset, especially after his recent career-best victory over Filip Hrgović. He said 1 million per when asked if Dubois can beat Joshua. He added, I just think AJ has got a bit more of a chance than Dubois is a fool. He didn't start boxing yesterday. I heard that he's been through the whole England program, the amateurs, and all of that. I've got to give him a bit of respect, but I feel like what AJ has been through in his career will see him through ZLE. Zhang is forecasting a major upset when Dubois faces Joshua in the ring. Despite Dubois' recent impressive win over Filip Hrgović, he is often viewed as a significant underdog. However, Zhang, a leading heavyweight contender who has suffered past losses to Joe and Alexander Usyk, remains confident that Dubois has the potential to come out on top. Zhang said, "I personally favor Daniel Dubois to pull this off because he is on the surge. He is hungry, he is young, and he has the fire in him. He had a beautiful knockout victory over Filip Hrgović last time, so I really have my faith in the underdog. We are literally 3 weeks away, and I believe he will shock the world." AJ, known for his extensive experience in the ring, is the prominent favorite for the upcoming fight. Yet Daniel Dubois has found backing from heavyweight competitors. Jun Zhang, who thinks Joshua might be reluctant or even wary of a rematch, having fought Joshua in the amateur ranks at London 2012, where Joshua won a points victory, anticipates that Dubois will shock the world with an unexpected win over Joshua later this month. Zhang said, "I look forward to that fight, and it may end with a knockout. Joshua's chin is always a question mark, in my humble view. We will see what happens." Dubois' win over Joshua might not shake the world, but it would certainly be a surprising turn of events. The former two-time heavyweight champion would place Dubois, the current IBF heavyweight champ, in a prestigious position. Dubois has even expressed his desire to conquer Joshua and then reign for a long time. In a recent chat with Queensberry Promotions, Dubois pointed out that if AJ is after honor, he's in the wrong game. Boxing isn't a sport where respect is given out on demand. Dubois stated, "Is there respect in that ring at the end of the day? This is a fight. If you want respect, go and become a lawyer or a doctor." The 26-year-old fighter exudes for battle with no trace of mental frailty visible. In contrast, 34-year-old Joshua is resolute in his quest for retribution, focusing on ensuring that Dubois survives. The fallout from his audacious remark, "The Dynamite," has responded to AJ's latest disrespectful remark from their face-off as the confrontation approaches. The 26-year-old contender told Queensberry Promotions in a recent interview that disrespect isn't quite the right term. It's that we're in the boxing ring. Additionally, he reminded Joshua that when entering the ring, one should check for respect at the entryway. He stated solemnly, "Is there respect in that ring at the end of the day? This is a fight. If you want respect, go and become a lawyer or a doctor. This is a fight game, and you know I'm ready, 100% ready to just go out there and fight now." The two well-known British fighters seem to be deliberately trying to hurt the other before the fight. On the other hand, Anthony Joshua is set to tackle the Dubois fight with relentless resolve fueled by his quest to restore his dominance in the heavyweight ranks. This clash with Dubois is important for Joshua's journey towards becoming the undisputed champion. A win against the Greenwich, the contender would carefully place Joshua in a match against the Usyk Fury winner. Showdown scheduled for December. AJ's promoter Eddie Hearn stated, "All he's got on his mind is Dubois obviously getting the world heavyweight title, but I know that if he wins September 21st, the only fight he will want is the winner of Usyk Fury." The Matchroom Boxing head added he's always wanted to fight Fury. He'll definitely do it, but when the decision is read out on December 21st, he will want the winner of that fight because he's only one fight away from being undisputed himself in boxing. A fighter's legacy extends far beyond statistics and accolades. It's shaped by the electrifying energy they infused into every match and the indelible memories they etched in the sacred ring. Fans don't merely remember the wines or figures, they cherish the essence of the contest waged and the enduring significance of each punch and maneuver in the heavyweight realm. Every punch packs an undeniable power and purpose. A single strike has the potential to redefine the entire fight in a heartbeat. As the dust settles, the crowd witnesses the champion, arms raised in glory, basking in the fervor of victory, while the vanquished conqueror must deal with the daunting task of climbing back up, driven by dreams of future success. Acclaim and the esteemed title of best of all time, Daniel Dubois is gearing up for the biggest test of his career as he prepares to face Anthony Joshua, who won the world champion title on June 26. Dubois now has a pivotal chance to cement his position and address the perceived injustice from his previous bout with Alexander Usyk. This fight not only offers the opportunity to strengthen his title claim, but also to achieve a measure of personal redemption.
Get the wins, get the wins, get the wins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Free time doesn't inspire you?
Oh yeah, silently it does. I've got the belts plastered around my room. Not the ones that I fought for, but small little token ones, just to keep my mind in tune with what the goal is, but just him. I don't focus on the belt, just him.
For Joshua, this is a pivotal chance to reclaim his world champion status and face Usyk for the undisputed title. Dubois views it as his moment to demonstrate his skills, and cement his place among boxing's elite. Fans are in for an exhilarating showdown that's sure to both capture and entertain. Joshua's fearsome knockout power and relentless drive stand in sharp contrast to Dubois' strategic jab reminiscent of Sonny Liston's classic style. With both fighters at critical junctures in their careers, this bout promises to be even more interesting. Anthony Joshua goes into the ring as the underdog this time around after his defeat to Usyk on August 20, 2022. Joshua has staged a significant comeback, securing first straight victories against Jermaine Franklin, Robert Helenius Otto Wallin, and most recently Francis Ngannou. Now at 34, Joshua has faced criticism regarding his technical boxing skills, an issue he candidly addressed during his bout with Alexander Usyk. Joshua has started on a transformative journey by teaming up with new coach Ben Davidson. This relationship has infused his training with renewed vigor and purpose, propelling him toward a crucial moment on the global stage as he prepares to face Daniel Dubois. Joshua enters the arena as the favored contender, drawing on his extensive experience in high-stakes bouts. He knows that a victory here will not only earn him a third world championship title but also pave the way for monumental future clashes, be it a potential trilogy with Alexander Usyk or an exciting battle of Britain against Tyson Fury.
Of course, I was speaking about before, I was in a dark place and I was going through some stuff, but I feel like I've been resurrected now, and I'm in the light again and I'm ready to fight. And he's been the king for a while, and he's been the king for a long time in fact. But you know what? I feel like it's my time, and I'm a king slayer, and I've got to do that again.
Daniel Dubois steps into the ring carrying the mantle of the unofficial world champion. For many fans, though the IBF officially recognizes him as the reigning champion, this fight represents his true re-entry into the hearts of his supporters. Dubois previously fought Usyk, and despite a contentious conclusion, he was finally vanquished. Dubois steps into the ring facing a clear experience gap compared to his opponent, yet the stakes are monumental. Despite being only 8 years younger and having a less seasoned fight record, he's poised for a critical challenge. A win here could signal a transformative shift in the heavyweight division, possibly reshaping the future for British fighters. Victory would catapult him into superstardom and firmly place him among the sport's elite. Anthony Joshua enters this fight at a critical juncture in his career, where a defeat could significantly hinder his future prospects and even ignite retirement speculations. After spending 2 years revitalizing his career and moving trainers, Joshua now faces a vital chance to show he remains a formidable force who unified the heavyweight division from 2016 to 2019.
The first 2 rounds of Hrgovic, how many right-handers did he catch with? I was getting stuff watching how many right-handers he got caught with, and we've been talking about it. That's resilience. Now, I still think, I'm going to bang on about Usyk. He gave Usyk his toughest fight up until the fight with Tyson. That was a tough night for Usyk at the end of the day, and then unfortunately what happened, and I think that was more about the frustration of what was going on with the referee, but it's irrelevant. He's got over that. He's done that.
Daniel Dubois still needs to demonstrate his skills against top-tier opponents. A defeat in this bout could solidify his image as someone struggling to compete with the best in the division after already experiencing setbacks against Joe Joyce and Alexander Usyk. A loss at 26 could spark doubts about his dedication and future in the sport. Dubois and Joshua find themselves at contrasting points in their boxing journeys. Dubois, basking in the glory of his recent world championship win, is riding a wave of triumph, while Joshua, a seasoned fighter with a storied legacy, is determined to correct past mistakes and reclaim his place at the top as September 21st draws near and prepares for a showdown where the real test of success will be the unyielding determination of each fighter to push forward rather than mere strength or experience. If Anthony Joshua can overcome the resurgent Daniel Dubois, his quest to win a third heavyweight championship remains well within reach. One observer is particularly optimistic, believing that AJ has the skill to raise his game to the next level. The scene is set for a thrilling all-British heavyweight showdown at Wembley Stadium in London, where the 34-year-old Joshua will face the 26-year-old Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title. Joshua wants to reclaim one of the 3 titles he once held, facing Dubois, who has recently been promoted from interim champion to full IBF title holder.
He's a young guy. I think he's matured, and over the last few years he's had some great experience, and it's all gelling for him. He's had 2 really good performances in his last 2.
Eddie Hearn, the chairman of Matchroom Boxing, and Joshua's promoter are prepared for a tough battle for his fighter as the much-anticipated fight approaches. Hearn said on DAZN, "It's a big fight. Both guys are in the form of their careers right now, the confidence of their careers. Dubois is a very scary opponent, but EJ's looking sensational. I believe he knocks him out in style since losing his unified title to Alexander Usyk of Ukraine in September 2021. Joshua has been on a 4-fight winning streak despite a setback in their rematch. 11 months later, he has made a strong comeback with impressive victories over Jermaine Franklin, Robert Helenius, Otto Wallin and Francis Ngannou. Tension has been building between Joshua and Dubois ever since the fight was announced. Hearn is sure that this hostility will drive his fighter, pushing him towards another decisive victory. Hearn said, "Absolutely, Joshua is always motivated, but when that happens, there's just a little bit more spring in the step and spine cap. And this is a chance for AJ to become 3-time world heavyweight champion on such a big night." Conversely, Dubois is preparing for his second world title appearance following his defeat by Usyk last August, a bout in which he was knocked out in 9 rounds while challenging for Usyk's 3 heavyweight titles. Since then, Dubois has rebounded impressively with TKO wins over Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgović. Now he's going on a renewed quest for the world title, ready to face one of the sport's elite heavyweights. Joshua Hearn expects nothing less than a stellar performance from his fighter. Hearn added, "Both fighters are in their developmental careers right now, and the confidence is up there. This should be a great night of boxing." Duke McKenzie believes that Daniel Dubois is on track to achieve an unexpected win against Anthony Joshua next month. With both fighters coming off strong performances in their recent bouts, they will step into the ring in top form. McKenzie, a seasoned champion across 3 weight classes, thinks Dubois possesses the skill and drive necessary to defend his title successfully. McKenzie said, "I don't know if he's the people's favorite, and I don't know if he's the bookie favorite, and I don't gamble, but if I did right now, and I had to pick one person to win this particular fight, I'm slightly leaning towards Dubois, known for his remarkable physical prowess." Joshua's ease and composure traits that defined his early championship reign appear to have been rekindled following a commanding performance against Otto Wallin, where he showed strategic boxing over 5 rounds and a dominant victory over the formidable Francis Ngannou. Joshua is once again showing the exceptional skill that earned him his championship status. Joshua demonstrated a composed and tactical demeanor as he systematically dismantled Wallin over 5 rounds with unsettling accuracy. In contrast, he unleashed a brutal and unyielding attack to beat Ngannou in under 2 rounds. Despite these commanding wins, Frank Warren, promoter for Daniel Dubois, expects that Joshua will face significantly tougher obstacles when he battles the newly reborn IBF heavyweight champion next month. Alexander Usyk left Joshua with his impeccable timing and technique, while Andy Ruiz's lightning-fast blows had famously dropped Joshua 4 times in their 2019 clash in New York. However, Warren contends that Joshua is now up against the most formidable puncher he's encountered since his heavyweight title unification fight, where he made a dramatic comeback from the canvas to outlast Vladimir Klitschko over 7 years ago.
Dubois would beat Hrgović.
Yeah, we were sitting next to each other.
With all due respect, you don't underestimate anyone, but I know boxing very well. All this stuff that we talk about, I study Daniel, and I look at some of the things that he says, his characteristics, his boxing talent, his upbringing and so on. All of it's irrelevant. Is he ready? Everything I tell you now is irrelevant. He will see September 25th.
If you enjoyed this one, make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen.